These oil rigs are responsible for extracting oil from some of the vastest oil fields on the planet. They're large enough to withstand the rough seas and some of the worst weather imaginable. Join me as we take a look at 5 of the most largest oil rigs from around the world.
Number 5.
Angola might not be somewhere you think of when you think of oil, but this oil rig in Angola is one of the tallest oil rigs in the world. It is located in the Lower Congo Basin, approximately 60 miles offshore of the Cabinda coast of Angola. The rig is owned and operated by Chevron Corporation and is the first compliant pile tower in Africa. It boasts the world's largest single-piece pile and largest top sides. The top sides are supported by the largest compliant pile tower ever installed that stands in 1,281 feet of water. The top sides are so big they take up an area equivalent to roughly 2.5 football fields. The rig has living quarters for 157 people.
Number 4.
When you hear the word Petronius, you're probably thinking of a Harry Potter movie about now, but behold this behemoth. The Petronius is a deep water compliant oil platform that was built between 1997 and the year 2000. Petronius was once upon a time the tallest freestanding oil platform in the world, standing at around 2,100 feet from the sea floor. At the time it was built, it was believed to be the tallest freestanding structure in the world until its title was taken away by the Burj Khalifa in 2010, but as oil platforms go, it is still a record holder. At first glance, the Petronius platform may seem tiny compared to some other oil rigs because only 75 meters of the structure is above the water. It's capable of extracting 60,000 barrels of oil and 100 million cubic feet of natural gas per day. The platform is located in the Petronius field about 130 miles southeast of New Orleans in the Gulf of Mexico and was first discovered in 1995. The Petronius platform project cost was budgeted at about $200 million and ended up being an estimated total cost of $500 million US. Petronius, however, features a unique design. The compliant tower design is more flexible than conventional land structures to cope better with sea forces, and it can sway in excess of 2% of its height. Most buildings are kept to within 0.5% of height in order to have occupants not feel uneasy during periods of movement. This unique design allowed the platform to withstand Hurricane Katrina, but unfortunately, Hurricane Ivan was a stronger force than Katrina. All the workers on the platform were taken to safety, but the rig was shut down for a while it underwent repairs.
Number 3.
Perdido is Spanish for lost, which is what some of this massive rig appears to be as it descends deep into the water. Perdido is the deepest floating oil platform in the world at a depth of 8,040 feet. It's owned and operated by the Shell Oil Company and sits in the Gulf of Mexico. It's located in the Perdido Fold Belt and began production in 2010. At its peak production, it produces 100,000 barrels of oil equivalent and 200 million cubic feet of gas per day. The hull of Perdido was built in Finland, which was problematic because it was built in a colder climate and the pieces would expand once brought into a hotter climate of the Gulf of Mexico. Computer-guided lasers were used to mark out the measurements to ensure precision when being built. The hull was brought over on a barge from the Baltic Sea to the Gulf of Mexico. The platform itself is comprised of 3 decks or top sides, and they have living quarters for the workers, oil and gas processing units and the drilling rig. It features 27 miles of network pipelines that connect 35 subsea wells and require 172 workers to keep it running. Because Perdido is in such a remote location, it has the largest safety boat of any Shell facility, which can accommodate 24 people. On the oil rig is also a helipad that can accommodate 2 Sikorsky S-92 helicopters that can carry 19 passengers per helicopter.
Number 2.
The Troll A platform isn't as large as the previous 2 oil rigs, but neither of them are Guinness World Record holders. The Trolley platform holds the Guinness World Record for being the tallest and second heaviest structure ever moved by man. The platform was a televised sensation when it was towed into the North Sea in 1996, where it is now operated by Equinor. Normally, a platform's legs are transported on their side and then supported by flotation devices and dropped into place. In the case of Troll A, however, the whole platform was assembled in one location and then floated out to sea. The Troll A platform was towed over 200 kilometers from the northern part of Rogaland, Norway to the Troll Field, which is 80 kilometers northwest of Bergen in Norway, and the tow took 7 days to complete. This platform has a height of 1,549 feet. It weighs 683,000 tons and stands on 4 legs, extending down to the sea floor 994 feet below the water surface. The legs extend so far that it takes a 9-minute elevator ride just to reach the seabed from the platform above the waves to the sea floor. The walls of the legs are over 1 meter thick and made of steel reinforced concrete that were produced from one continuous pour. When pouring the concrete, it took the engineers 20 minutes to pour just under 2 inches of height. To make a leg, it took them roughly 82 days per leg. The platform was built by Norwegian contractors from Norske Shell. The construction for the base started in 1991 and cost approximately $650 million at the time. The deck was built separately from the base and the two were joined together in 1998. In 2010, the Troll A platform underwent an expansion with a new module added to the platform. This new module has a control room and living quarters for workers on the platform.
Number 1.
The Berkut is officially the biggest oil rig in the world, so it's only fitting that we gave this massive rig the top spot on this list. Berkut means golden eagle in the Ukrainian language. Since the rig is located in one of the coldest and most frigid places on Earth, this rig is ice resistant. The rig can run in temperatures as low as -28 degrees Celsius. The Berkut oil rig is located in the Sea of Okhotsk on the Russian Pacific coast, north of Japan. This rig was built for the Arkutun Dagi field, which is a massive field that spreads over 60 square kilometers. This field has recoverable oil reserves at an estimated 72 million tons. The platform is 344 feet long, 196 feet wide, and has a height of 472 feet. The rig is expected to extract a staggering 4.5 million tons of oil every year and 12,000 tons of oil daily. The rig is part of the Sakhalin 1 development, which operates 3 fields in the Okhotsk Sea, Arkutun Dagi and Chavio. This rig is operated by Exxon Neftegas Limited, and its sheer size and weight make it one of a kind as far as oil rigs go.
Check out one of our other amazing videos.